ahoy, and g'day once again to ye mateys. I be, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon and for the rest of your life, I be your DM, Josh the Pirate, and it brings me more satisfaction than nailing a reverse parallel park with my father-in-law in the car to welcome you back to Corsair's Cove. And my Humblewood
That is very satisfying.
for some more midnight and madness. With me, I have me hearty crew. Stay out of my fridge, because we just got it repaired. It's Rachel Fuka. And a paddle in search of a canoe. It's Ro. So let's talk about these lovely folks, shall we? Rach, who the absolute heck are you, and where can we buy your book?
Hello, my name is Rachel Fuka. I'm a writer, actor, creative trash at large. You can find me on various crumbling social media sites at Rachel Fuka, because I'm the only one, baby. And you can find my new book, Hybridize, right here on the internet. It's a sci-fi murder mystery. Get amongst it. Cyberpunk, on the moon. Let's go. Check it out.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, Rach has written not one but two books now.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm going to start adding an again to my shocked catchphrase.
Excellent.
And Ro, who the heck are you?
Hi, I'm Robro. I'm a Perth-based educator and theatre maker. You can catch me here on Mondays on Corsair's Cove. Currently on Thursdays on Jack Square Peg, where we're doing a Call of Cthulhu 3-shot, which shall be coming to a close one way or the other this week. I think. We're either going to die horrifically or solve the mystery, one way or the other. So yeah, tune in for that. And you can also catch me over on Instagram at Cradventurers to see photos of my dog Charlie with the large ears and my many travel adventures. There's new ones coming soon when we go to the Kimberley.
Yay! Kimberley is lovely this time of year.
Yeah.
Even nicer if it fucking rains. So, before we go any further, we need to mention the Ukrainian people, who are doing it rather tough right now. The war has not stopped. However much the news might not care about it anymore, it is still ongoing. And if you have any spare pennies in your digital wallets, it would be jolly lovely of you if you would consider donating to the link what I put up in chat right there, because the war has generated a fair few refugees. So if you have any spare pennies, please consider dropping them over there at the emergency action appeal, which would be rather splendid of you. Thank you very much indeed. I must also remind our well-read, sci-fi loving, and possibly even bibliophilic audience to please like, follow, and subscribe to all the things, you bloody champions. We have all the exclamation mark socials. We have a YouTube where you can check out all 155 episodes that you may have missed. I know, right?
That's some solid viewing there.
We topped 150, and I didn't even notice. Rachel is. I also worked out. Rachel has been in just shy of half of them. This is Trish's 76th outing.
Holy crap.
Karen caught up with you last ep.
Fucking nepotism, people. It's inescapable.
But no, and now you've just drawn ahead again. As soon as the episode started, you were ahead again. Yeah. Dan is still leading you, but I reckon by the end of this season you'll have caught him up. Yeah, there's a lot. What else do I need to say? We also have a Discord if you want to come and hang out with us there. The Court of Dis, where we chat about stuff and basically share silly memes and pictures of people's pets and children, all with the parents' permission. It's lovely and a really nice place to hang out. There's also a creative arts channel which is showing an awful lot of very cool shit right about now. The Turtle GM put up a very upsetting sort of spider lady who his chat created, and Bad Esparta's showing their arts, and it's all very, very cool stuff. What else have we got that I had to talk about? Oh, that's right. The music that can normally be heard gracing your ear holes, but usually turns off round about this time because it's on a loop and it is about the same length and it takes me around about the same amount of time to get to this point of my spiel every time, is provided by Sirenscape. You can check them out at sirenscape.com. They're very great, and I need to mention them so I can use the music. And we are affiliated with two glorious bunches of people. There it comes. See? They heard me. It heard. It's back now. There you go. This is called Inner Forest. Wooden Forge, who create some of the world's finest handcrafted wooden tabletop accessories. They are a lovely bunch of WA-based folks, and you can check out their shit at woodenforge.com/Corsairs Cove. They're rather brilliant folks. Do so, and if you do check it out and purchase anything, I get a cheeky little kickback, you bloody champions, because I don't shill, but I do have bills. And the other folks who are really quite lovely and very supportive of the online TTRPG space are Troll Lord Games. And Troll Lord Games are the creators of the Castles and Crusades system. They also are the last publishing house of the late great Gary Gygax, our TTRPG Lord and Savior. So yeah, go over to their website trolllord.com to check out some of their marvelous shite. And they also give us the occasional giveaway. Last week Tony Karlstrom won it. Stay tuned, there may be more. So guys, last season time things and places, the folks in Barovia are having such a lovely time. You guys turned over a were-prowler den, made about half of them go dead. Go dead? Yes, you killed half of them.
Made them go dead.
You made them go dead, and made the other half kind of maybe worship Titan a bit. Well, that was mainly Smoothie. A few of them fucking hate you, and fucking hate Trish a lot, really. Trish kind of maybe got bitten by one a bit, as did Van Richten, which was kind of funny. Yeah, stabbed them in their dead artery, exactly, Bishop Blood. Made them go to sleep artery, but like forever ever. And then yeah, there was a little bit of proselytizing. They decided that they were just going to hang out and maybe breed for a while, and once they did specify that they were going to do that too. They were like, we're going to try and increase our numbers the old-fashioned way, and Smoothie was like, what's that? And the leader was like, if you don't know, ask one of your aunts or something, I'm not telling you. And he was like, wow, that was a fun bit of that episode. Then, yeah, then you repaired to Valakai with the children that you had rescued, and tried to figure out how to get them all home. You worked out that about 3 or 4 of them live in Barovia itself, as opposed to Barovia. How confusing that is. Then one of them is a Valakai native, and 2 of them are from Krezk. And about 6 of them are from the Humblewood. So Smoothie, being the only person who can come and go theoretically as much as he likes from Barovia, took the 6 back to Humblewood. Esmeralda and Van Richten are going to take the kids from Barovia there, which left Celinox and Trish to Team Girl It out to Krezk with Sasha and Misha, a brother and sister pair. Sasha, the older one. Sasha? No, it's Misha is the older one and Sasha is the younger one. A big sister, little brother. And yeah, that's pretty much where we left it. You are back in your lodgings, which is an empty warehouse that you're totally planning on using to be an antique restoration business in Valakai, the happiest city in all of Barovia. And yeah, you've just had a nice night. The kids have had a bunch of pastries from the patisserie next door, who is run by everyone's favorite not a witch. And Trish is in such a great mood. And yeah, I think that's basically where we're at. So, mateys, may your rescued children all have families to return to and pleasant dispositions, and all your side missions involve wine as we head tremulously at first, and then with mounting anxiety and dread, into Barovia. And my mouse has started being very sluggish. Can you not? Can you just
You need
not?
some more cheese.
There you go. Oh,
I'll pack him up.
Yeah. So, we return to Barovia, but only very briefly. Sorry, we return to Valakai, rather, but only very briefly, as Trish and Celinox, you are waking up early morning, the sort of hustle and bustle of quite a nice, of the dead set, the nicest place to live in Barovia, if you don't mind a sort of fascist police state that makes you smile every time you leave the house.
You give and you take.
Yeah, there is that. It's also, there is a degree of defense against the Strahd provided by living in Valakai, because of the whole, the bones of a saint under the village church that actually do provide some degree of protection, now that you guys have returned those bones to their rightful resting place. You know that the first little child that needs to be taken home is a little girl named Inka, who lives in Valakai and can show you where she lives. Her parents, Kolya and Iva, are overwhelmed, and when told of your plans to take others home, mainly, if you don't mention it, by Inka herself, Iva presses a home-baked pie into your hands, Trish, as in gratitude, and says, "For the others on the road."
Thank you very much.
It's like it's a meat pie, before you set out, the owner of the local tavern, the Blue Water Inn, Erwin Martikov, a Corvan man, and now you know to be a were-raven, because Van Richten told you so, shows up, knocks on the door of your warehouse, and Smoothie already had a conversation with this guy, so I don't need you guys to RP it, but if there is anything you would want to say, basically what he says, he knocks on the door and says, "Another beautiful day in charming Valakai, is it not, my friends? Please, may I enter? I heard last night there was something of an issue in the woods." He gets the down low. He has already been out there. His were-raven buddies. The end of the upshot of the conversation with Smoothie was that he confirmed he is a were-raven. His whole family are, and that they have a spy network second to none within Barovia, because they can talk to all the crows, and there are a fuck ton of crows in Barovia. So, as Smoothie said, "So you're like always watching?" He's like, "Not always, but we tend to hear about what happens fairly quickly. It's not, if you see a crow, it's not always a were-raven. More often than not, it's just a crow. But sometimes is were-raven." He gave Smoothie he lent Smoothie rather a cart with which to take some of the children back to, with which to take his portion of the children back to Humblewood and speed Smoothie on his way, as well as provisions with which to do so, but he only has the one spare cart, so he doesn't have one to lend to Trish and Celinox. Plus, you're only having to escort 2 children, so you could probably carry one and it wouldn't be a problem at all.
Did the were-prowlers take their legs?
Oh, no, I'm not saying you're going to carry them, but like if you need to run, you can pick them up and run, that sort of, yeah.
I love that both of us were like, "Fuck off, they're walking."
Fucking no. This one's 10.
Escorting little princes, or what are we fucking doing?
No, they are a pair of hedge, and so,
you don't want to carry them.
Yeah, no.
Ouch.
Oh. Little cuddles. I know.
But they might be still not fully grown, in which case their spikes are still soft.
The little one actually would be.
Puggles have soft.
Yeah, Sasha absolutely does still have soft spines, but Misha probably hers are starting to harden up. Before he leaves, Smoothie casts Greater Restoration on Trish. he curing her of her lycanthropy, that she did tell everybody else about, as did Van Richten. So, yep, Trish, you are no longer in any danger of turning into a wereprowler. Yay! And
Probably for the best.
it was pretty cool. He sort of like sucked a ghost version of you out, but you with like fangs and stuff, and then just popped it.
Excellent.
And it shattered like glass. Is there anything you two would like to do before you leave Valakai, basically?
Can I ask? So Martikov, I have a vague memory that he has a beef with the were-prowlers. The were-prowlers and the were-ravens don't get along.
They don't, but it's more sort of a mutual standoff. The were-ravens, the existence of were-ravens in Barovia is a closely guarded secret. Strahd probably knows, but it's never been specifically stated that he does. And if Strahd doesn't know, then the were-prowlers probably don't either. The trick is, a were-prowler, any lycanthrope knows another lycanthrope on sight. So it would be safe to say that a were-prowler would recognize a were-raven when it saw one. And
So they avoid them.
they try to avoid each other, yeah. So it's not so much a rivalry as we work for Strahd and they don't.
Okay.
Sort of thing, yeah. He is thoroughly approving of what you guys did.
Okay, and then my other question is, and correct me if I don't know this, but I think I know this, and it wasn't just
Yep.
Trish that found this out. So Martikov, we found out something interesting with the were-prowlers.
Yes.
They said, well, one of them said, or maybe it was Van Richten. Anyway, someone said that Strahd has pull over certain beings.
Creatures of the night and of the forest, yes.
So, just to clarify, I'm clear on where you're standing and where allegiances lie, but do you not
Feel the pull? Yes.
Yeah.
We do. I won't deny it. But my family have fought it for centuries.
Alright. So you can fight it, so those were-prowler folk can probably fight it too?
I tell you a secret, Celinox, one that I think you probably may already know. You don't take power over somebody else. They must give it. The giving is not always conscious, but it is always given. Money, wealth, food, inherited titles, all of these are a method, a way of convincing people that you are more powerful than them, but they must give you that power. You can't take it. The same as it's with control. If I were to surrender to Strahd, he could control me like that. But I don't. And he can't make me.
Alright.
It is the same everywhere, I suspect. Everywhere some men and women try to rule others. If all those they ruled decided that they did not, they would not. Power is given, not taken. I acknowledge there are some extenuating circumstances, wars and so forth, but generally,
Yeah, maybe when it comes to magic and shit.
yes, fair. But in this case, that stands.
right.
You may wish to. You are an intelligent and suspicious person. You may wish to run this by your monster hunter friends for clarity, but I hope that satisfies.
I've no reason not to take your word on stuff at the moment. You seem alright. Giving me more than one drink in your tavern.
This is true. You are heading Krezk, yes?
Yeah.
Then may I encourage you again to have a visit with my family at the Wizard of Wine's winery. My son, we think, is still there. I hope. Otherwise, I don't know where he is, and, well, he can turn into a bird, so it really shouldn't be that much of a problem.
Yeah. I'm sure once we drop the kiddlywinks off.
Oh, a note on that. Destroying the Baba, good job, did not necessarily kill all her scarecrows. So, just beware of that. Keep a guard.
I didn't like them.
No, I am not a
Not
fan
a
either.
fan.
Great. Alright.
Good to know.
Well, if there is anything my family can do to help... Oh, when you get to the Wizard of Wines. Not necessarily the best idea to mention me to my father. We did not leave it on the best of terms. He blames me for something I did not do, and if he tries to tell you otherwise, just bear in mind that I strongly deny this assertion. But, yes, that is why there has been something of a dispute. But he does not dislike my son, so that should not be a problem.
Wouldn't it be better to tell us what that thing is from your side rather than us hearing it from him?
You know of the gemstone you found at the Baba's hut.
Mm-hmm.
There are 3 that empower the Wizard of Wines. Well, the one the Baba got was lost a long time ago. The other 2... Sorry, no, Recon, was lost quite recently. Of the other 2, one went missing a long time ago. So at one point, very recently, there was only a single one left, which brought great production, very slow. He blames me for the loss of the first one. I was on watch the night it went missing. And he thinks I was shucking. He actually believes I was with my now wife. Making my firstborn. We were not. Though I would maintain it would almost have been worth it, even if we had.
So did you see anything when you were on watch?
No. The location of this stone eludes us. And bear in mind, there are thousands of ravens in Barovia, and we have not found it. In nearly 15 years.
That is strange.
I believe it is somewhere kept very dark. Probably buried somewhere. If you come across it, my family will reward you handsomely. Enough wine that your friend could drown himself. Keep a watch on
I
that.
like wine. I'm not sure about that imagery, but I do like wine.
And he does actually sort of put a claw on your shoulder, Celinox, and says, "Your young friend is a brave man. just keep an eye on that. I am a bartender, among other things. And I live in Valakai. I know what it looks like when someone uses alcohol as a crutch. The young man is struggling.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't you be?
We all are. And he absolutely has cause, more than most. I don't dispute it. But when one turns to drink, it is hard to turn away.
Noted.
Then I will say nothing more on it. You are his friend, not his mother. But I like to think I am his friend too, though not as close. So, have a pleasant journey. Enjoy a gorgeous day here in Valakai, and I shall see thee upon thy return. Please, give my best to my father.
But you just said not to.
Oh, if it comes up. If it does, if you do get the opportunity, please give my best to my honored mother. She misses her grandchildren.
All right. So,
Speaking of children, I think we should probably hit the road.
yep.
You do that.
I am gonna go next door and get as many pastries as I can carry before we go.
Do you do that
don't
in
have
such
to
a way
eat
that
any,
Trish doesn't
Trish.
see it?
No, Trish can know, but she doesn't have to have any. It's fine. We'll eat them.
And the kids are like, yay! More pastries. They are gonna they're actually like putting back on all the weight they lost while they were in the cave. And developing a lifelong crutch addiction to moon pies. No, I kid.
Right, you're only
Boy,
getting.
I will burn that bakery down so fast. Don't even mess with
I don't even care if it's sharing a wall with my own warehouse.
Burn it all down. I don't care.
You
End of this season, Trish is just walking in silhouette away from a burning Valakai.
You only get one pie every 5Ks or so. That's what's happening.
It sticks. Hanging off their bags.
Yeah, this is my
Yeah, all right. They are more than they are quite quiet initially on the road, but when it becomes evident that food is going to be continuously and reliably provided, trust doesn't come quick. They ain't stupid, but they very quickly realize that if you wanted to hurt them, you would have by now. They trot along in between you, I think, holding each other's hands, stay generally quiet. Misha.
Quiet. Surely they're going to join in our singing. Surely.
Well, if you in any way encourage them, they will.
Yeah. Celinox is singing some really like a soldier song that's totally not appropriate for kids' ears.
Yeah.
But every time she gets to a word that shouldn't be said around the children, she
Disembowel.
just turns it into a but just whatever's around. So it's like there's just a random tree or rock or road thrown in there as she gets to each one and she's pauses and then goes pray and then continues.
Trish doesn't know this song, but she is doing the fantasy equivalent of Lil Wayne, and every now and then she'll just be like, yeah! And appropriate intervals.
Yeah, fantastic. I imagine there are, like... Would Trish have any, like, little songs and stuff from her childhood?
Probably like some Humblewood nursery rhymes.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
But I don't want to like fully condescend to these children, so I'm happy to do the like war march. That seems a bit more peppy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the little one is 7. And
Yeah, but she's like 25 in spirit. In
That's
life
fair.
experience.
Yeah, that's true. Alrighty, cool. Love it.
Cut it if Celinox runs out of songs.
Yeah. Yeah, they... I think Misha would... Oh, Hogan is raiding. Hey, Hogan, thanks very much for the raid, buddy. Good on you, champion. Let's have some raid emotes in chat. Yeah, you grow up pretty fast. And Crickets has just followed us as well. Thank you very much for the follow, you bloody champion. Avast, matey, you wee scallywag. Hogan, yeah, let's have a quick shout out for Hogan and Hogan. Yeah. There you go. What was Hogan doing? Tell us what you were doing, Hogan. They were just chatting. Oh, excellent. Well, I hope you had a good stream. Thanks very much for bringing your folks. There once was a sparrow on high who danced on a branch in the sky. When the hellfire came down and burned the woods down, the red robin was very put out. And then the fire was too, which was good, right? The little girl, Misha, would, after a while, say, "Where did you learn these songs?"
Oh, you just pick them up when you... Well, in a guard, you got to sing when you march. It's keeps morale up.
What's the guard?
Oh, we're like soldiers. We look after the tree and the perch, but we look after the people.
Which tree?
Well, not from around here. In the other place, there's a tree called the Elder Heart, and yeah, we protect that and the people of it.
And they both sort of like, oh. Do people live in it?
Yeah, it's cool actually. It's like a huge tree house thing. Big tree, lots of rooms.
At this point, you have engaged their interest, and they pepper you. There is like... They could go forever. This is like, it's sort of like, why, like that sort of, but like not annoying just, well, it probably gets annoying eventually, but not just, it's just like that's sick, more, give me more information about, that sounds awesome, that sort of thing. So yeah, after a while the conversation dies down as the two of them are just digesting this. One of them, Sasha, would probably go, is that where the Terran guy is taking, or the Terran boy is taking the others?
Yeah, the other kids were from that place, not this place. So they've gone home, like you two. We're taking you home.
Can we go there eventually?
We're working on it.
That actually, probably more than anything else you could have said, they go, oh, cool. Because you guys are the only bona fide heroes they've ever seen or heard of. You already dealt with the single biggest problem they've ever seen. And they're like, well, if anyone can do it, it's these two. All right, fantastic. We'll go home and wait with Dad. That sounds great. Looking forward to seeing this enormous freaking tree. Couple of months, we reckon? Well, that's what we're thinking? Yeah, awesome. I love it. By my birthday. Be great. Yeah, you definitely get a birthday invite as well. It'd be naming day. Hogan was building a Lego Mars rover and only has one bag left. And you stopped now? Why? Okay. I appreciate the raid, man, but, like, you could have come later. I wanted to see the finished product already. Unless it's a fucking huge bag. All right. On the evening of the second night, I'm assuming you guys, when you do rest, it is a full bore. One of you stays on watch. Not have had the restraint. I know, right? You're taking watches and so forth?
Of course.
Yes. Who would go on watch first? I think it's a river in Africa. Terrace? Restraint? I think so. Otherwise, I wouldn't have any clue.
I'll go and watch first. Why not?
Yeah, I don't know. It would be kind of just a like whoever feels like it on the night. It's not like one of us is better equipped or whatever.
Yeah. Alrighty, cool. Well, let us say Trish was on watch first. As dusk settles over the road on the second day of your journey, the trees and mist seem to close in around you, and you find a spot to camp. Trish, can you please roll me a perception?
Ooh, why not?
Yay! And let's put the picture of Hybrid Eyes away just for a little while.
I thought that picture was very cool though.
It's good though. It's a good cover.
It is very cool. It's a nice, yeah.
I rolled a natural 1,
Oof!
which puts me at 9.
Excellent. Alrighty, that's fine. Don't worry. The breathing of your companions has become slow and steady. The air misting from your mouth a little. It's getting a little cold and chilly. Yeah, that's about all you notice. And it's probably around sort of 1 in the morning, and you hear from off to your left, towards the road. Hello there, my curious friend. I came to wish you a safe journey. A handsome Terran in a regal red suit and a fur-lined cloak emerges from behind a tree.
Do I recognize them?
Have you met Strahd before?
No. No,
Then
I
no.
haven't.
No, you don't.
Okay, well,
Yeah, actually, no, you would. What am I talking about? You've seen money. Yeah, he is on, like, all the money here. This face, you've seen in profile. You probably... Yeah, there aren't too many Terrans. And he is dressed like a fucking king. So you don't recognize him initially, probably, but you do have a solid guess who this person is.
can I want to try and tell if he's literally here or just like a vision. You know how he does.
Yeah, make your choice, perception or insight.
Oh, perception, definitely.
Abyss, Terran is the bat folk. As in Chiropteran.
That's a
19?
19.
19's pretty good. Yeah, he's here. When he walks, he is making footprints. A very nice pair of boots.
Well, thank you. I do hope we can get these children home safely.
Yes. Indeed. I hope so too. Indeed, I came to offer a little assistance with this.
How so?
Well, the road is very dangerous between here and Krezk. Many of the Baba's scarecrows, I'm sure you have heard, they are still, what is the word? Prowling. And they are very upset with some people because they served the lady who is now dead, and very cross with the lady the people who killed that lady.
Well, I'm not a crow, so I think I'll be fine.
I was going to offer a little assistance, if you would like it.
It's a kind offer, but my pride couldn't possibly take it. If I can't escort 2 children from one town to another, What good am I really?
Well, quite.
Thank you.
You don't even want to know.
No, thank you.
May I ask a query?
You can always ask.
A very reasonable response. Why did you get rid of the bite so quickly?
Someone interesting recently said to me, power isn't taken, it's given. And I don't enjoy giving my power to anyone or anything but myself.
Very wise. I agree with this sentiment. Then I shall leave you to your journey and wish you the best of luck. Before all this is done, though, you will come to understand, I think, that the best place for me is exactly where I am. Not just for me, but for everyone. Like I said to your friend Smoothie recently, do you know how much power it takes to carve a portion of the material plane away from itself? Where does that power come from, do you think? And what would it do if I wasn't using it? A pleasure talking to you, my dear. And lovely to finally make your acquaintance. Enjoy your journey. And he bows formally to you. And the ground around you has sort of frosted over. He turns and walks behind the tree, and you hear, because you're now like fucking listening, the fluttering of bats' wings. Hundreds of them. As he leaves.
Okay. Trish is on very high alert for the rest of the night.
Very well. Do you wake Celinox up to spell you?
I mean, I kind of leave it for a while because I'm at the point where I'm like, I'm not gonna go to sleep. I can't sleep. So I give her a couple extra hours, but at a certain point I'm like, this is irresponsible. I'm probably not
to be
the
at
most
least
alert I
some
can
rested.
be. So
Yeah. All right.
I'll wake her up and try to sleep, but I'm not gonna succeed.
Very well. You do that. Celinox. Do you actually important point? Trish. Do you tell Celinox?
Not yet. I don't want to freak her out, but I'll tell her in the morning.
Very well, very well. Cool. Alrighty. Then Celinox. Yeah, Trish wakes you up. Probably a little bit like she's had a fucking bad night. And yeah, you stand your watch. Please make me a perception check. 16. Yeah, Trish lies down and tosses and turns, like clearly struggling to go to sleep. But eventually, about an hour in, she does. And the air around you chills mist starts coming out of your as you breathe, out of your mouth. Starts coming as you breathe, and you hear. In fact, sorry, you would have advantage. What am I talking about on the perception check? Like 16's already pretty good, but you would technically have advantage on this one.
16 is better.
16 is the better one. Alrighty. You hear the fluttering of wings, multiple bat wings, and you can sense who is coming.
What do you want today, mate?
Merely a conversation, my dear. How are you?
Oh, living the dream.
Your children sleeping soundly. Ah, and your friend. Your, this part of the wood, you know, is quite treacherous.
Wonder why.
Oh, I am no threat, I promise. I would not harm the child.
Nice to know you've got some boundaries.
There's just not enough fluid in them.
Thanks for that.
Besides, I don't want one of my most favorite friends to get hurt on the road. You have nothing to fear from me, my dear. But the Baba, when she died, her scarecrows lost the control, and they are now very angry with the people who killed her. So there's that. And well, they inhabit this part of the wood. I came mainly to warn you of this, but also to perhaps offer a little assistance.
I think you'll be right. Appreciate the offer, though. I did want to. How were you inside that Kirill guy? How did you do that?
Once one has given themselves. This plane and I are almost the same thing. There is not much of a line. So there was not much of a barrier. But I did not force my way in. He let me.
You can't do that.
To you? No.
Good. All right. Yep. Cool.
I would not take the impropriety.
Yeah. Well, you better not take no impropriety. Hey.
My desire with you, my friend, is simply to show you the beauty of the night. You are a streak. You have glided many times. Hailing from Alderhut, I am sure you have even flown from its branches. The feeling is exhilarating, yes?
Yeah.
I too have flown. Have you ever flown at night?
Once or twice. When the need arises.
It is something else, is it not?
Suppose it depends on the night you're flying through.
And with whom you are doing it.
Yeah, that too.
I could not agree more. There are more gifts I could give. Think how useful the ability to fly, which your friend Smoothie seeks so voraciously, how useful that would be. To fly at will, not just glide, but do as the birds do, not the bird folk. I could give you this. I would love to.
Sure you would.
Then we could fly together. I could show you the cool spirit of the evening.
No thanks, mate. Not today.
Perhaps another time. A pleasure. Enjoy your evening, Celinox. I very much enjoyed this conversation. Have a safe trip, my dear. I shall bid you farewell. And he bows and leaves. The frost once again retreating as he does. He does not actually this time go behind a tree. He straight up flaps his wings and flies away.
Doesn't turn into a group of bats.
Doesn't turn into a cloud of bats. He just fucking flies away. Dabbing on the haters.
Show off.
The following morning comes crisp and smooth, and Trish probably wakes up within about 5 minutes of Celinox and Strahd's conversation.
As soon as I can get Celinox alone and out of earshot from the kids, I do. Like when they're distracted with breakfast or something.
Yeah. Easy.
The breakfast is pies.
Fine.
2
Fine.
3-day-old pies, but yes.
They're still good. They're fine.
Yeah.
Celinox, can we discuss the travel route over here, please?
Yeah. Yeah, we got to discuss the travel route.
Something you've never done before, but they do not care.
Good, fine. I met Strahd last night.
Slut.
I wanted to. I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want to like throw you off at your watch, but what a dick! Fucking talking about, imagine if all that power were in someone else's hands, as if you're not completely abusing it, you piece of shit. I cannot wait to kill this guy. What a dick.
Did he?
He was trying to offer me something, but I didn't even let him get it out. Slimy. Ugh. Creep. Anyway, so be on your guard.
Yeah. Next time, if there's something going on when I come on watch, you can let me know. It won't throw me off.
Yeah, probably the best call. I wasn't thinking straight. Sorry.
No, that's fair enough. He throws people off their game at times.
Yeah, you can say that again. God, I barely slept last night.
Do you need a bit longer before we break camp?
No, I want to just get out of this forest, to be honest. Just thought I should tell you.
Yeah, I think he hung around a while. Came said hello to me as well.
Oh, did he?
Don't think he can help himself.
Well, the sooner we get this done, the better.
Yeah. Shall we? What's for breakfast for you? Have you tried that pie that the other one that Ishmael's mum wasn't it? I don't remember her name. It was Izzy.
It's pretty good.
Started with an A, an I don't know. Was it good?
Yeah, it's nice. It's got like a like a bit of a spicy flavor I wasn't expecting. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, I'm not sure that meat pies are going to be something that I'll be eating for a while, personally, but each their own.
Yeah, fair enough. I can't say I blame you.
All right, let's back it up. Sasha, Misha.
Yeah, you do so. Regardless of the result, the journey to Krezk is smooth and uneventful. Around
There weren't dangers he needed to protect us from. What?
around noon,
That dick. He's going to come back and say, mansplain how he sorted out the situation for us.
Fucker. As if we needed him.
Yeah, nah. Fuck.
Around 4 hours out from Krezk, around noon, you come across the site of a vicious battle. Though it looks like one out of a farmyard. It is as though over a dozen scarecrows did battle and were torn asunder. Torsos are scattered, limbs hang from trees, and through it all, the footprints of a well-made pair of boots are easily tracked.
He's such a fucking show-off.
Oh, thank you, my liege, for saving us. What a piece of shit. You're killing.
It's fine. It's fine. We're clearly damsels who couldn't handle fighting a fucking scarecrow. We definitely needed the help.
Yeah.
And, like, Misha's like, who are you talking to?
It's fine, kid. And sorry, bleep, 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 the help.
Fuck, man, we have a dragon. Oh yeah, Soot was hanging out with Celinox, isn't he?
I was going to ask earlier. I was going to go back. I thought Soot went on a mission. Is Soot still with me? I think. Ooh. Soot was with me, and then there was.
Or did you leave him with?
I thought there was something where, yeah, at the.
Did he stay with the little orphan boy at the pastry shop?
Oh no, with the I thought he might have stayed at that. I'm not sure. I'll have to check my notes.
Or did he?
I don't want to bring him in
Argynvost?
and then have to retcon him leaving, so I haven't mentioned him.
Fair enough.
But I think I remember him not being with us at the moment.
Yeah. All right. Cool. I need to go and find out as well then.
Yeah, I'll check.
But I'm pretty sure Chet is hanging out with Trish.
Chet is definitely still with us.
Yes. And most of the time looks like a little raccoon, who pretty much just hangs out on Trish's shoulder, unless she gets tired, in which case Chet will happily walk. Chet doesn't move a lot unless they are obliged to. Never quite. It's if you look at them carefully, there is always just something a little bit off that you're like, yeah, that's not a real raccoon. Real raccoons move more, like they breathe more. There's more natural movements to it. This creature is far too used to being very still. And it just doesn't naturally move, and it forgets to sometimes. But it does a very, very... It's like... You can buy in, like, souvenir shops and things often a little statuette of a cat that breathes, and like it's asleep.
Huh.
And it looks like a cat in a bed asleep, so you can pretend you've got a pet cat. But it doesn't move except for its lungs. And it looks rather odd if you look at it for very long, because it's clearly not moving except for the lungs. That's sort of what Chet often forgets to do. All the other movements. The tiny little micro movements that human beings and all other creatures just sort of do. Raise your hand if you let your legs
keeping
out
my
of
shoulder warm.
Oh
so
yeah,
it's-
no, super warm and very loving. And the kids are rather taken with him. Him, her, / it, I don't know. Yeah. So you get to Krezk about 4 hours later, about late afternoon. You are welcomed by one of the town guards who does actually recognize the two of you and the children, and sends a runner to go and get the Burgermeister, Dimitri, who also obviously knows you well, a fellow Mapach. And yes, he returns. My friends, you have returned. Is Smoothie okay?
Smoothie's okay. He's we had some children to return home. He's with another group.
Ah, I see. And yes, you have brought back little Sasha and Misha. Your father was most worried. We had no idea what happened to them.
Yes. I don't know how much the children will want to talk about it, but there was a pack of were-prowlers who had abducted some children. With any luck, they won't be doing that anymore, but if you should suspect, please get in touch with us.
Noted. Then, not just I, but all of Barovia owes you a debt. Thank you. Their father will be very grateful as well, I am sure. I will show you to their home. Come, little ones, let us go and find your father. Unfortunately, their mother passed away a few years ago, but their father is a good man and a woodsman. He actually gifts you, as in the father, welcomes them back. He is, yeah, almost inconsolable. Like, just so taken aback by this. There is, like, he thought he would never see them again. As you go to leave, he hands both of you a little bundle, and says, "For hunting the next thing." And Trish, he's noticed you're wearing a bow. He gives you 3 +1 arrows.
Thank you very much.
I made them myself. The tips are sharpened bone, and shaped to be almost impossible to remove without doing more damage. This is not for hunting. This is for fucking something up. And whereas Celinox gets something similar, but they are crossbow bolts. 3 +1 crossbow bolts. So, regardless of the quality of the weapon, it is a +1 to hit and a +1 damage for those 3 attacks. Retrieving them is a maybe situation. Whenever you fire one off, if you want to retrieve it, it's a 50-50 chance. If you miss, it pretty much disappears. Yeah, about half of the arrows that go into a person tend to get broken, even if the person dies. But yes, Dimitri says, "So, you are back for how long? And your friend, the metal man, Helvig, is he well? He seemed like the sort of person it would be hard to hurt."
He's taken I'm sure he's fine.
I am sorry. You believe him to still be alive?
Yeah. Yep. Definitely. Yep.
Then I shall not fret unduly. So, what brings you to our beautiful town other than the children? Or is this just a short walking holiday in beautiful Barovia?
It's known for it. Beautiful tourist country.
Well, if you're looking for a lovely place to visit this time of year, might I draw you to the Wizard of Wine's winery?
We've had the
yeah.
And if, while you were there, you happened to inquire of the owners, what has happened to my last shipment? I would be very grateful.
Yeah. But
Hey,
that, when
Shanos.
was the shipment? When was the shipment meant to arrive?
It is 3 weeks late.
3 weeks,
Normally they are monthly.
and that's unusual.
Yes. The Martikovs are, well, those that run the vineyard are actually family. Distant family, but family. My ancestors used to run the winery ourselves, but the families married in together some generations back, I believe 5. And it was the daughter of a Krezk and the son of a Martikov, so it became owned by the Martikovs, but they are Krezkovs just as much. And the current patria is Davion Martikov, a good man, quite an older gentleman now, Corvin. And his family have done us well for many years. Wine is one of the few pleasures of those who live here. And they give it for free. They're basic stuff. You pay for the nicer.
Yeah, we can certainly check that out.
The road up to the winery, is there anything we should know? Any obstacles?
To my
Other
knowledge...
than the usual.
Well, other than the usual. To my knowledge, no. But given that we have not heard from them in some time... when are you not here, but be on your guard.
Of course.
If you like, I can send some guards with you.
No, I don't think that'll be necessary, but thank you.
Oh, come see Anna. There will be hugs.
As we're walking, Celinox is going to be like, is it just me, Trish? Or do we get a lot more offers of fucking help when it's just the two of us? I don't know that I'm okay with this.
I think I've noticed that too. Yeah.
What? Oh, fucking men. Jesus. She's going to make sure she's not heard. But she's grumbly.
Should I get another extra sword, like, just for show, or what?
Yeah, maybe we should paint some wall paint or something.
Some, like, fake scars really, really hammer it home?
Yeah, the real one's not enough.
Apparently not.
All right, fine. Consider myself put back in my place. I'm just looking something up very quickly.
He's just taking out the part where you had noted that the next person was gonna
No, I was
say,
looking
"Do
up the
ladies
name
need
of
a
the.
hand?"
I was looking up the name of the child, Ilya. Yeah, Anna runs out, and Lizelle, thanks very much for the resub, buddy. Yeah, Anna sort of an apron still wrapped around her waist. Rushes out and wraps Trish, first Trish and then Celinox, in a hug. Sort of, it's a little awkward because Trish has got like a spear on her back and a sword across it, and there's so many. She's like,
A bow and some arrows.
yeah, it's
All
fucking
the
hard.
weapons.
Yeah. And then she sort of draws back, and she's probably 10 years older than you, but there's very much a respect between you. And she's like, you look well, though you have not been sleeping. I can see this. Come inside. And you are fed. You are fed very thoroughly. Potatoes are mashed. Ilya is instructed to be friendly and grateful. And you are welcome to make insights if you like.
Why not? Why not?
Ooh,
16.
Celinox.
This red dress girl, is that who Ilya is?
No.
help me out.
Ilya is the son that you helped resurrect.
Ah, right. Okay.
Why
Why would he not be grateful? Fuck you.
Well,
Okay, we'll find out.
this is the thing. Celinox with a 16. Yeah, the kid is very subdued. And when she sort of pats him on the shoulder and says, "Ilya, you remember Trish and Celinox? They were the ones who helped bring you back to us." And it's like he was daydreaming, and he comes out of it and says, "Yes, mother. Greetings. Welcome to Krezk. And thank you again for what you did for me."
You're welcome.
There was a musical sting there. It was perfect. It's like, that's not suspicious at all. Yeah. He is... There is... Yeah. With the 16, there is something just a little bit off with the kid. He's not dangerous, but... Yeah.
Like zombie-like?
A little bit. He's definitely conscious and sentient, and alive. But yeah, just a little... Bishop Blood uses the word hollow, and I don't hate it.
Okay.
He's just got the same low-level depression as everyone in Barovia. It's
Look,
not
it's
unusual.
not dissimilar. Yeah, like someone before their first coffee of the morning. I think is actually a very good way of describing it, Shanahas. It's like, he just needs prompting to do anything that would be more than just being there. I know I feel like that sometimes. Yeah. Hollow might be putting it too strongly in terms of a soul. His soul is definitely there.
Can we... Oh, have we been invited for dinner? I'm assuming we were invited.
You're being fed an early dinner.
All right. Can I do anything to help?
Oh. No, of course not, my dear. You're a welcome and valued guest. Please sit. I will do... Allow me. It is your guest. I am host. And it is a pleasure to have you here. Though, if you want to carry plates for the washing, you do so.
I should...
Unless you were referring to something beyond that.
I was talking about dinner.
Oh, good.
If there was something
That was-
else
yeah.
that came out... then
Sorry, that
that's-
was more like Josh was asking if...
No, I know. No, I was referring to dinner, but if there's something else that you want to tell me about, then fine.
Yeah. And in the evening, basically, you are welcome to stay with them that evening. They're happy to put you up or put you in, send you to the inn and get you rooms there if you would prefer. You would witness Dmitri taking Ilya through his lessons, learning to write and read, count, do the numbers, the sums, all the things that a Burgermeister needs to be able to do, because Ilya is the last of the line. And the boy is a studious learner, but with enough observation, he just seems to lack initiative.
Just me, or is there something weird about the kid, Trish? That normal? The
I mean,
dead and then not dead.
I've never met someone who was dead and then not... Actually, that's not true. From what I know of people who are dead and then not dead, it's a lot. Maybe he's just a bit, processing.
Yep.
Can only
Alright.
imagine what that's like to go through as an adult, let alone as a child.
Yep. There.
He's got good parents, though. That's always helpful.
Yep. Okay. If we're not worried, we're not worried. We're not worried.
Well, it might be a little worried.
He's okay to me, just, you know, a bit gloomy.
Okay.
Yeah, unless there's anything you would like to do, I'll just move it forward to the next day.
We're on a mission here. We got a guy to kill. Let's go.
That's it. Yeah, the Void's dead back, exactly. And he was dead for like 3 weeks. It wasn't just like for 24 hours. He was dead for a while. He was dead in a place where your soul cannot get to the plane of death. So it was just sort of hanging around. Ghosts are very much a thing in Barovia, because they literally can't leave. Eventually, they actually get reincarnated. It's a whole thing. The following day, you are breakfasted, and you're treated like minor nobility, to the best of the will. Everybody in the town, most people here fucking love you guys.
Trish, I've been thinking about this. You know how yesterday I was like, strong, independent women, we don't need no help?
Uh-huh.
Today, I'm wondering whether heading out to a winery where no one's been heard from for almost a month, and the sun is missing, and it doesn't sound particularly good, whether maybe a couple of guards might actually be all right. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, safety in numbers. But on the other hand, we don't know these guards. They could be suspect.
Yep, true. I mean, we can always scope it out, and then if we need reinforcement, we can ask.
We are on a ostensibly secret mission here.
That is also true. Maybe nothing's going on. Maybe they just lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. We'll be fine. It's right.
Terrace
Just
asked
a
an
bad batch
interesting.
of grapes or something. It's fine.
Yeah. Terrace asked an interesting question. So, what happens if you resurrect someone who has been reincarnated already? Yeah, that's an interesting point. Difficult. I'd say it probably takes a little while for the resurrection to happen, and seeing as it's Barovia, I would definitely say that the soul gets sucked out of the person into whom it has been reincarnated and put back in the old body, thus rendering the new body fucking soulless. Because that's the most upsetting variation of that I can think of, and it's Barovia, so the default setting is the most upsetting. The
So we've
default
got to be able to
upsetting.
look out for a weird soulless baby, is what you're saying.
I mean, in Barovia, plenty of them. That is one baby in 3. Like, happens all the fucking time. It is specifically stated in the book.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a properly fucked up place because the souls can't leave, but the birth rate is reasonably good. So there's actually not enough
What
souls
is it
to
about
go
this
around.
misery that makes people horny?
There's
Stop
nothing
it.
else to do. Just drink and
You
fuck.
gotta keep your what's the happy thing that comes out?
Oh yeah, Valakai has a very high birth rate.
Oh, God.
You gotta get, what's that thing that releases in your brain? Cortisone? Cortisone, happy
one of those.
I think that's the happy one.
Serotonin?
Got to keep that high. Serotonin. Maybe it's that. I don't know. Yeah, the love drug. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dopamine.
Dopamine. That's the one. In Terrace's Barovia, only about 1 in 10 people have souls. Oxytocin, there's loads. Yeah. So yeah, you on your own because you're two strong, independent women who don't need no help, no man from DM or Strahd. You go, and you go out to the Wizard of Wine's winery. It's a lovely, probably half-day jaunt. And now you're not slowed down by two little kids with short legs who you refuse to carry.
Celinox definitely gave in and gave a piggyback at some point.
Oh, dead set. As soon as this was sort of became a thing, every day, at least once, to squeals of joy, like on the shoulders.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. The branch of the Old Svalich Road that leads down to the vineyard, up to the vineyard, it is mounted on a hilltop, and the slopes, like back when the sun rose and sort of shone, the slopes, the south-facing slopes, are just covered in grapevine. Now it doesn't really matter because the sun doesn't come out, but yeah. After about half a mile, the road becomes a muddy trail that meanders through the woods, ascending gradually until the trees part, revealing a mist-shrouded hilltop. The trail splits, one branch heading west down into a valley, the other leading up into a little wooded copse up the top. A wooden signpost at the intersection points west and reads... points east, south rather, and reads vineyard. Light drizzle begins to fall. Unpainted fences blindly follow the trail, which skirts north of a sprawling vineyard before bending south towards a stately building. The fog takes on a ghostly forms as it swirls between neatly tended rows of grapevines. Here and there, you see rope-handled half-barrels used for hauling grapes. North of the trail is a large stand of trees, and a man wearing a dark cloak, a Corvan man wearing a dark cloak and a cowl, stands by the edge of the trees, beckoning to you. Probably 150 feet away.
can I ask, as someone who grew up in the wood, familiar with plants, how do these grapes look? Do they look healthy?
Yes. Make me a perception check. Or nature or survival. I will allow any of the three.
Oh. Perception's best, so I'm going to do that one.
Very well.
13.
13. About half of them look okay. Some of the vines are dead. But about half look alright, and a few look really fine. Like, actually good.
Okay. Suboptimal, but not gonna ruin them. Okay.
Yeah. You would guess wine production here is down by at least 30%.
Are you getting any heebie-jeebies off this mist stuff?
Mist doesn't normally sit on the top of things, it normally flows down.
You got
this
that
is on a hilltop.
magic thing.
Oh,
Will
that.
you tell me about what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, let's see if there's any. I mean, I just took it as the general background weirdness of Barovia, but you've got a good point. I'm gonna do a magic awareness.
Very well.
On the surroundings.
Yeah, this is a 1 mile range, is it?
Yeah.
Or 60 feet?
How far is that guy?
He's 120 feet, and he is.
It's 60
out.
feet.
Yeah. He's about twice the range. You're not getting any other than the background weirdness of Barovia itself, you're not really picking up anything at this point, but it lasts for 10 minutes, so, or at least I think it does, or I might be thinking of something else. I might be thinking of detect magic. I think yours might just be a pulse.
Until the end of your next turn.
Yeah,
So,
it's a pulse. Yeah. Cool,
All
but
right.
you can do it a bunch of times. But at this point, no, not even. What is within 60 feet of you are grapevines, and they do have an enchantment on them, or rather, the ground beneath them is sort of. It's more actually pure life magic, which is something you haven't sensed here ever.
Okay.
It's exceptionally unusual for Barovia. Barovia is pretty much steeped in death magic.
Interesting.
All right, well, that sounds hopeful.
I mean, we kind of suspected there was some magic afoot with these grapes, but shall we go talk to this guy since he already knows we're here?
Yeah, I mean, that's not fucking creepy at all, but yeah, sure.
So he is standing in or at the edge of a copse of trees a decent distance away from the building. I want to be very clear. And he is gesturing you to him rather than head on up to the building. I'll see you there.
I can see quite well.
You do. You can.
Can I make out any distinguishing features? Does this Corvum look like they are old enough to be our mate's dad, or
Yes.
young enough to be our mate's son?
Older Corvin man, bearing a distinct resemblance to Erwin,
Okay.
And
but probably a
If
generation
I-
older.
am I with my said good vision? Would I be able to roll a perception check from here to see the vibe of said Corvum?
Oh, yeah. The vibe, it'd be insight, but I think your perception and insight are basically the same, so...
They are the same. That's fine. That was shit.
He is not... He is close enough that he could easily shout, and he has not.
All right, but he looks a bit like, all right,
Come over here.
daddy dearest.
Come over here. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Is there any like, if we were, I'm gonna motion for the house.
He shakes his head. And then gestures toward the trees.
All right. I reckon we go to talk to him.
Yeah, let's go talk to him, but cautiously. I'm gonna do my magic check again when we get a bit closer.
Yeah.
Cautiously. Noted.
When you get within 60 feet of him, you sense transmutation magic about him, which is not
Would that just be the awareness of him?
Probably. Indeed. I'm going to say, seeing as you only got rid of it like 4 days ago, you do sense just a tiny bit of wear about him.
Okay.
It's very much fading from your awareness, but yeah, awareness. But not only your magic pulse, what you do notice is there are 8 other sources of that same kind of magic within the trees.
Okay.
The life magic or the
No,
transmutation?
The transmutation magic.
Right.
I kind of whisper to Celinox, he's not alone.
Right. So we're 60 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
We're away from the house,
Yeah.
and he's all right. So I'm gonna.
He looks up at the house And then he holds up his hands. Wait one, and goes into the forest, and comes back out with a young boy, a teenager. Let me just check for the name. The boy is a raptor, and he has dark feathers, but he is definitely a raptor, not a corvum. And he is talking to the older man, and they're in close conversation very briefly, and then the boy sort of nods and puffs up his chest a little bit, got this, and then he hunkers down and creeps around, taking a pretty circuitous route to get to you guys, but it is very obvious very quickly that he is trying to stay out of line of sight of the house. It's not that he's hiding from you, he just doesn't want to be seen from the house as he approaches you. And as he gets closer, he says, "Hello. My grandfather says, please come to the trees. We will mean you no harm."
Okay.
Who's your grandfather? Is that
Davian Matikov.
Right. Yep. That's what we thought. All right. And who's in the trees? Is
Our
that the fam
family.
bam? Whole fam bam. Right. All right. Okay.
I am Claudio.
That's enough for me. Yep. Enough for you, Trish. Oh. I'm gonna do an insight.
You can do an insight if you like.
Yes, please. 19.
He is not lying. The kid is fucking scared. He's doing a decent job of hiding it. He's probably a couple of years younger than Smoothie. And this is the first stealth mission he's ever been on. And he's doing his best, and he's not doing he's doing an okay job. And he says, "Come, stay out. You don't want the house to see."
Okay.
Sure.
And he, you follow, presumably.
I follow him specifically and kind of stay low.
Yeah, stealth
Although,
checks, please.
Would the house have seen us yet from where we're standing?
Probably.
Okay, well.
He actually would lead you back along the path a bit. Let's go! We're not going towards that. We're going back the way we came and never coming back again. And then, probably not long enough to really convince any house that you aren't, but whatever.
Are we in a forest?
You are not. You are on a road near a forest.
Never get tips.
It's not the Pierce Brosnan and Simpson smart house.
God damn it, I could have used that advantage as well.
It simply doesn't. You're just a bit clanky as you go.
I have quiet armor.
Oh, you do have quiet armor, but you're still a little clanky as you go because a 9's not great. However,
it's just my old joints.
He also only rolled a 9. So don't stress it too much. Trish is like the knight, but her guide and her buddy are not. You get to the...
I'm like, why are we being quiet?
Because there are druids in the house, and we don't want them to know that we are here.
Oh, we like druids. I'm confused.
Not these ones. They have been driven mad. Grandfather will tell you.
Okay, yeah. Tell us.
You get to the tree line, and there are all 9 that you sensed are there. Standing in the middle is a cloaked corvum, the one you saw before. The cloak is sort of a deep blue with a nice trim, but it's nice, but it's not showy. He's old enough that he walks with a cane. He says, Greetings. We have not met, but we know your faces. You are the ones who slew the Baba.
Yes, we are.
This was good work, and our friend Muriel tells us of you, and we owe you a great debt for the return of the stone. My family thanks you, and normally it is not our custom to give thanks and at the same time ask a favor, but in this instance I am required. We lack the numbers, otherwise we would have done it ourselves. But a group of druids have taken over the vineyard. I don't believe they came for wine. We suspect they come for... I'm glad it is you, so I don't have to explain what empowers the winery. The stones, you know of them, yes?
Yes, we know.
There is still one missing, but they have come for the other two. It is my suspicion they were the ones who took the first. They seek them. They are digging for them. I believe they have already found the one we only recently reburied. So there is only one left, and when they find it, they will take it and they will leave, and the vines will die. And once they are dead, no magic will bring them back. So...
Not good.
will you help us and rid this place of these villains?
So, druids, you said. Know anything more about them? Why do they want the stones?
It's actually not really druids, but the problem is not really the druids. The problem is the plants they have brought with them.
What sort of plants?
They have a taste for blood.
Is there anything in Barovia that doesn't have a taste for blood?
I mean, it does kind of sound on brand.
The chickens.
Well,
Chickens will eat anything, mate. Been around long enough to know that.
True. But
what
if
are
you
their
don't...
methods?
This is the problem. If it was just the druids, we would have driven them off. But they have allies, the plants themselves. This is the problem. They are... You've heard of a thing called a blight.
Uh-huh.
Animate plant, like person shape. Some small, some large. They summon them. They control them. There are dozens. We have allies within that can help you, but there are enough of us here to dissuade them coming, and he gestures to his family. Only 5 of them are adults. One is a babe in arms, a little girl. There is, interestingly, a Corvum and a Raptor couple who appear to be the parents of the 4 children. The kid who came out to you is the oldest of those 4 kids. They are the children of the daughter of this man. His wife and his 2 sons are also there. But yeah.
Is the sorry, I should know this, but what's the kid's name that we were looking for?
Fuck, that's a deep pull. Yeah, Erwin's son is not here.
All right, can I ask if Erwin's son by name? Because I would, Celinox
you would know.
Probably know that because it was like a day ago.
He came and left. He brought this news of you and then returned. He did not get back to his father.
Nah.
Then that is a different problem.
Oh. That's a shame. I do like a parcel deal. All right.
I will have... The ravens have brought no news of this either, which is odd.
Well, no one seemed to know what was going on over here either, so I don't understand why the Raven news hasn't got that way.
Well, this is quite recent.
The druid thing?
Yes, only the last couple of days.
Why have you stopped delivering town wine then? They said 3 weeks.
That is a different issue. Supply is the problem, but we were having supply issues before. I believe they are related, but the druids only descended 2 days ago.
Right. You guys really need to get better on your, just sending a letter with an update, mate. Anyway.
We do, but Erwin and I are not on the best of terms.
Right, well, gonna skirt round this, but life's still short. So who's in the house?
Only those that... None of our people.
Right.
There are many ravens. Those will aid you while you're inside. But beyond that, I believe at least 3 druids and their attendants planned life.
Right. And have you taken out any of the druids?
No.
Right.
They swarmed us. Dozens. Perhaps 100. Little... Some as small as mice. Some as big as you or I. A few even bigger.
Right. And do you need the house? Or is there...
It's not really a house, it's a vineyard. It's mostly a manufacturing plant.
Right, alright. So how attached are you to your manufacturing equipment?
Without it, I cannot make wine.
Right, but can it be fixed? Not like the stone
In long
shit?
term, yes, but a lot of it is also storing wine.
Alright, I'll be careful.
You missed this bit while you weren't in the Humblewood, but fire, dead plants like those vines, bad combination.
You proposing to burn the place down?
We're not.
Oh,
all right.
Good.
I was gonna, but that's fine. New
Oh,
plan.
you were talking to Celinox, not to Dave.
Yeah.
Davian's like, you're not.
No.
No. Good. No. I
nah.
look, if it happens, I'm not going to get cross with you, but I will be disappointed.
Oh, that's worse, mate. Jeez.
I am a grandfather. It's the only method I have to control my offspring at this point.
You're supposed to be the one who gives them all the fucking candy as a grandfather.
No. That's my my grandchildren. My children. That is a different matter. Yes.
Yeah.
The role of children is to provide the ones that I spoil.
Can I do a history check of anything I might know about these blight things?
You certainly can. Yeah, history or nature.
Ooh.
And
they're
Ro,
equally
you are welcome to do the same
average. I don't even know what a plant
Was that
is, to
a
be
pair of ones?
honest.
A pair of nat ones. It's amazing.
I think they grow through their leaves, and then
Mostly. Yeah, you've never encountered this sort of thing. In the Humblewood, it's not a thing. That doesn't happen. So when he said blights, you know what blights are? You went, yes! I have no idea. You have any idea? No. Yeah, no, you haven't the faintest idea. He described plants that move like men. That's about it. All you know of these things is what he has told you.
all right. So, did you try anything on the druid plant things just to get a like anything, or you just
He
evacuate, which is fair. You got.
No, we fought as much as we can. One of the doors is badly damaged. We tried to barricade ourselves inside, shoot arrows from the windows, drop rocks in bird form. It only slowed them down. We managed to kill perhaps dozens of the blights. They just rise again. It's hard to kill a plant with an arrow. As you say, fire is an excellent way of killing plants, but it's also an awful way of burning down a building.
Oh, really? Yeah. What happened with the plants back in Humble thing, Trish?
They caught on fire, and it was awful.
Because they died, or because?
Once plants start burning, they don't tend to stop burning unless you make them.
And if they're dry and crusty, like, no offense,
it's
some
actually
of those
raining
vines,
right now, but
well, but
those
still.
yes, those won't. I would rather you if they did not burn, because if we ever manage to find the third stone, we could resurrect them. But if they are burnt, then that's not happening. Hey, X-Cat.
All right. Yeah. You go.
How many entrances are there to the building?
Josh looks at map. 4. No, 5. If you count the... there's a place where you park the cart. Shit.
That's more than I was hoping for.
It's actually inconvenient when you're trying to defend a place with 6 grown adults, of which 2 are quite old.
Yeah, I can imagine. Okay.
And about 100 angry ravens.
What's the vantage like from where we are down to the house?
It's on a hilltop, so not great.
Oh, the house is on the hill.
Yeah.
Not the... Right. I thought we were on the hill.
You are sort of along the hill from it, but you're not looking up on it, but you're not looking down either.
If I
You climbed a tree.
Probably.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yep. And you are absurdly good at climbing because
I
of
am.
reasons. Yep. So you can do that very, very easily.
Yep.
You climb a tree and get a good look at it. Make a perception check with your absurdly good eyesight that sees in color, even in the dark.
Not suspicious at all.
Nope.
21 checks out.
21. Yeah, you can see from this distance signs of movement. There is within the building, from the direction you are looking at it, you're looking at it from the west, and from here you can see the main front door. Yeah, that is the one that has clearly been broken down. Within the space is dark, and you're quite a ways away from it, so it's hard to say what's inside. But there is lights in a couple of the windows. And prowling through, prowling around it, not moving particularly quickly, but there appears to be a couple of what look like a collection of animate vines moving. It's kind of like you probably wouldn't notice if you weren't looking for it, is the thing. It's not super fast, but it absolutely is walking.
Like around the house.
Yes. Like a patrol.
Yeah. Do I see through the lit up windows? Can I see anything through the windows?
One of them is into a vat room. you can see like large pillars of metal inside. The windows are glowing, but it's sort of because it's coming on to sort of late afternoon at this point. It's hard to make out inside. They're kind of frosted, but there is light in there, and the source of the light is moving. Hey, fine walk in here. Very good.
That is good. All right. Celinox like goes up the tree and is almost like looking like she's like standing on like one of those tiny little branches, like just like it's like really like, but just effortlessly.
Yep.
And then comes back down the tree and explains everything as if she's got like a fucking like map.
Yeah. Very well.
Of like, draw it on the ground and everything.
One of the sons, actually, Elvir, the younger son, draws a pretty decent mud map of the building out on the floor for you, so you can point stuff out and have a vague idea of where you'd actually be going inside. I think we might have a little breaklet there because we've been streaming for a couple of hours, and then we will push on to the end. So, guys, thank you very much for joining us this evening. I hope you've enjoyed yourself so far. We're going to take a short little breaklet, be back in 5 to 10. So see you guys very soon. Say goodbye, Ro. Say goodbye, Rach. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Vast ahoy and g'day mateys. We'll be back for some more Humblewood, or call it whatever you will. It's content warning, horror themes. So yes, we are back in Barovia. We are having a team girl adventure. Although the team girl is mostly it's team girl and Smoothie, even if you guys are at full strength. Strudelwoods. Oh, that's a lovely strudel. Anyway, so Team Girl has gone to deliver a couple of children back to Krezk. They succeeded in doing that. Everyone was extremely grateful. Useful presents have been provided, and you have been asked to investigate the Wizard of Wine's winery where everything is happy and groovy. You got there. You found that the Martikovs, who own the place, have been driven into hiding in a little copse of trees outside their winery, where, they can turn into ravens, so they're probably all right with it. Except the baby, who can't change shape. So that's a mild problem for there. But and you've been asked to sort of maybe go in and kick the druids who stole the place out. What do you do? Really, that's where we're at.
Should the dependents move slightly further away from the house, and then some of y'all could give us a hand?
If you require assistance, then Elwin here can. He will take you in, show you, and he can.
Is that the oldest child?
The younger of the two sons, but he's a mature adult. He is. Sorry,
right.
30s.
Okay, not the
not the teenager. No, that's Claudio, and Claudio's like, I could go with grandfather, and he says, no, I need you to help me protect the others. And Claudio is just old enough to see through this, but also smart enough to realize, yeah, look. Probably fair. It was fucking scary last time. Do I want to be a hero? Do I want to live? Hard choice. Elwin doesn't look super keen, but he's up for it.
Right.
Elvir. Sorry, not Elwin.
Elvir. I probably fucked up his name. I do that.
Because
Elvir.
Unwin was his brother. Is the other one? Yeah.
Tell me about your battle qualifications, mate.
A decent shot with a bow, but otherwise I am a were-raven. That is my main qualification. all were creatures, lycanthropes. We are stronger, faster, good hearing, eyesight. Your average Cordovan would be no match for me at all. In terms of battle, not a lot of experience. I am not a soldier. I am a winemaker. I'm a lover, not a fighter, but sometimes bar fight get rowdy. So most of my experience is barroom brawling.
Right.
Here's a thought. Why don't I circle around to the opposite side of the building from where the broken down door is? I make a ton of noise, ton of fuss, draw as much attention as I can, while Celinox leads the rest of you through the back. We squish him, element of surprise, hack and slash.
Elvir looks at his grandfather, and Davian, his shoulders sort of slump a little bit and says, "My family are not fighters, but a good plan, in theory. I would suggest perhaps, how do they control these plants? If you can stop them doing it, then it is just 3 wizards."
They're squishy, them wizards.
Well, mostly, yes.
Well, my that's why I was asking before whether you got any of them. Because I was hoping you'd take out the druid, you'd take out the plant, the druid.
This was our supposition as well, and unfortunately we were not able to bring one down. They had their plants lead the charge, but now they are in place, and they are looking for something. And plants, whilst good soldiers, are not particularly clever. So looking for things is not what they are good at.
What's your roof structure like?
Sturdy. If a little covered in droppings. Why?
Well, I was wondering if I could go down.
Oh. You can get in through the roof. How? Well, you are quite large. I mean, no offense, sorry, you're just not as small as a bird.
I didn't take any offense. Don't know what you're talking about.
Muscular streak there.
She'd like fat shame me. Try it, fucking.
Your plan, not a bad one. Perhaps I can make suggestion though. Elvir flies over, makes distraction noise. Or Elvir goes with you. I say we send Adrian, my oldest. He goes, makes noise, distraction, then comes back, helps defend children. Looking at him and his wife, they wouldn't be that much help in the defending of the children in an open plain. If plants can do one thing super good, it's climb trees. So climbing the trees wouldn't do them that much good. So he's going to need his peeps to potentially protect his people.
It's a Siri.
Oh, you can see a Siri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think the stream can. I can.
No. Yeah.
Sleep. Does this building have multiple levels? At least.
Yes.
At least one. Okay.
Yeah. What I was going to suggest. So, Adrian distracts, letting you 3 get in quiet-like. Then you can search, find the druids, pick them off maybe one at a time. They are all inside looking for the stone.
Yeah, I reckon a stealthy approach might be. But, Trish, Give us a minute. I'm gonna pull Trish aside and be like, do you reckon taking one of them is just gonna end up with us protecting a squishy?
I think it would. But they can turn into birds, and birds are hard to catch. If we have one of them get in on the top floor, make a bunch of noise, and then dip, I think they could get out safely.
All right, but I reckon just the one, and then the two of us go in and...
Yeah, just
I
one.
don't reckon. And back to them. They got to have the defense of the kids and stuff. That's it's not because they're squishy.
No. They're very capable.
Ah.
Excellent news, we have a plan.
Yep.
We are all ears. Well, we're all
Which of you
birds.
brothers... Tell me, brothers, which of you two is the most annoying?
Like... And then the raptor man, the dad of the teenager, goes, "It's definitely Adrian."
Fabulous. Adrian, here's what you're gonna do. Get into the roof, make as much noise and hullabaloo as you can to try and draw them upstairs, while Celinox and I sneak in. Before they get to you, I need you to get out of there. Immediately. We just need a little bit of time to get inside, and then we can do what we need to do. Does that sound like a good plan to you?
So we're not drawing them away from the building, we are drawing them up the building.
Up, where they're cornered.
We can find lots of hidey holes in a building.
There are many blights outside the building. Might I suggest my almost as annoying as me brother distract the ones outside, allowing you to get close to the building. Then I distract the ones in the building up.
Sure. We can do that. Yeah.
Giving us an approach. That's a good plan.
Very well. And Elvir goes, "I don't know if I'll be very good at it. I'm not very annoying at all." But it's clearly he's japing, and he says, "Right, then we have plan, and we are ready."
Ready as we'll ever be.
Our thanks for this. And the
Don't
two
thank
of
us
them.
yet, mate.
You actually probably have never seen this. The two of them sort of, it's for a raven, it's not for a corvum, it's not that weird. But they seem to shrink. It's not particularly even. It's like their bones are popping and realigning. Their faces don't change particularly, but they do get smaller. As they sort of crumple down into the shape of an actual bird. And both, Adrian pecks at Elvir, and Elvir sort of flutters away and then pecks at him back, caws once, and then takes flight. Elvir swoops out over the valley and towards the far end of the building. It'll probably take him about 15 seconds to fly over there, whilst Adrian takes flight as well, caws once at you, and then sort of, goes for it. So you would move to the edge of the tree line and wait for the distraction, presumably?
Yes.
Yeah, and then we'll go for the door that's like obviously on the other side to wherever the outside distraction is coming from.
So on the far end of the building, beyond the shed where they keep the cart, you hear About a minute later, you hear an angry voice shout, "Give us back our home, you stupid plants!" And a torch is lit. And waved vigorously. The 2 or 3 marching blights that you can see out the front of the building begin ambling significantly faster. Probably about as fast as a person can run. And it's... Have you seen Interstellar?
Yes.
You know the robots that can shift their geometry? When one of them goes full wheel and just rolls, it's kind of like that. It's the ball. It pretty much turns into a ball and starts rolling towards the sound, and all 3 of them just sort of almost droidica their way around the building towards this thing, as do about 24 more that were just stationary and therefore just look like bushes or plants activate. And you see quite the nature of the predicament these people were in. The 7 of them might have struggled, even if they were like hardy warriors.
Concerning.
Yeah. As this happens, there is a second coring from the inside, as it's not just one raven, but a whole flock begins squawking inside in the rafters of the building itself. And that would be your cue. Stealth?
We hustle stealthily.
You hustle stealthily, please.
Can I, if I had been waiting in a tree, could I glide or no?
You absolutely can have been preparing to do that.
Yeah.
In which case you would get advantage on your stealth.
Yes! Good! Oh my god.
A 10 with advantage.
Stealthy.
And a 21. Yeah, no, I know the feeling. I had a paladin who never rolled above 10 for his initiative, ever. 2.5 years, 65 odd games, any number of battles, always went last.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Which is cool, because he tended to end fights. Yeah, cool. Trish makes a fairly quiet job of it. Celinox less so. You dash for the main entrance. That will take you into room. That's on the ground floor. Heading in through W9. Alrighty.
Celinox has some sort of flying song that she whistling under
it's no.
And she thinks she's much quieter than she is.
It's absolutely the Night Witches by Sabaton.
I'm so glad we split up for this.
Trish is yeeting it very quietly along the ground, whereas the owl flying. Situated in the midst of the vineyard, the winery is an old 2-story stone building with multiple entrances, thick ivory covering every wall, and iron fencing around its roofline. The trail ends at an open loading dock at the ground floor. A wooden table of more recent construction is attached to the east side of the winery, which you are about to run past, I think. The west side of the winery is a crumbling well. Oh no, that's what you're about to run past. A crumbling well and a wooden outhouse. Celinox, as you come close, you hear the rustle of dead vines all around you. Inhuman shapes emerging from the vineyard, their limbs cracking as they trudge forth through the mist and rain. However, you are making straight for the doorway through into a storage room, actually. Bare hooks line the walls of this storage room. Shelves to the south hold several pairs of stained wooden sandals with oversized soles. Both doors to this room hang open. The one to the west is fitted with iron brackets and leads outside into the rain. You just came through it. Lying on the floor next to it is a 5-foot-long wooden beam. What do you do? There is about half a dozen blights that... I would say Trish got through the door first, and as Celinox flies in behind her, the blights begin to move.
Is the beam like a door stop thing? Is that what you mean by a 5-foot
Yeah.
beam?
If you were to plonk it down in the lock, in the holders,
Yeah, cool. I'm gonna close the door.
You slam the door closed. There is cracks and rents in it. However, the beam will secure it for now, at the very least.
Right, then I'm gonna start heading upstairs.
Very well. Through the door beyond it is the rich smell of fermenting wine. Fills this large 2-story chamber, which is dominated by 4 enormous wooden casks, each one 8 feet wide and 12 feet tall. A wooden staircase in the center of the room climbs to a 10-foot-high wooden balcony that runs around the south wall, and it's got 4 windows set into it at balcony level. Stacked against the wall underneath the balcony are old empty barrels with the Wizard of Wines burned onto their sides. Underneath the side balconies are several doors, some of which hang open. Beneath the sloping roof stretch thick rafters upon which scores of ravens are screaming. There are twin lights. Oh, climbing the walls in this room, like basically like a swarm of insects. How big are they? A couple of dozen small, as in size class small, vine creatures. Agglomeration, animate collections of twigs, vines, and sticks, each with a vaguely person-shaped face. Some with beaks, some with more mammalian features, but only in the sort of a vague facsimile. And all of them have this burning orange light in their eyes as they are climbing the rafters towards the birds. As you sort of stumble in. The balcony creaks, drawing your eye to a wild-looking figure hunched over the westernmost cask. This is the one nearest you. So about 15 feet above you and to your right, there is a hunched-looking servant woman who is doing something with the fluid in the cask.
Has the servant seen us?
I would say not yet.
Cool. And we established there's no allies in here, it's just the druids?
The ravens in the rafters.
Oh.
That you have been told they will help you if you need it.
But this isn't an ally.
No.
Alright, I'm glad we clarified that.
Just gonna check. I'm a stab.
Cool. You run over and stab the druid. They're on an upper balcony, so you've kind of got to go up and around.
I'm gonna get up there as stealthily as possible.
But I'm pretty sure... yeah, make me an athletics check to climb up the balcony. Oh no, there's stairs. What am I talking about? Don't worry about it. You, make me a stealth check to see how quietly you can do it. In fact, let's roll initiative. You will get a surprise round if you are stealthy about it. But
stealthy about it, guys.
Oh yeah, you are a little bit 31 stealthy a lot. Very well.
No one even notices. Don't even bother rolling initiative.
Yeah.
You're invisible.
This druid is not going to notice when he dies. She dies.
I got 20 for initiative.
That's not bad. That's good.
Because I am not stealthy, but I am ready.
The twig blights, of which there are 24, got a 7 on their initiative. Twigs got a 7. I mean, admittedly, they do have a modifier, but it's not huge. An 8. And the druid got a 14. And Trish got an 11. Alrighty, so Trish is going to get one stab at this guy before. So Trish, druid, and Cell. With a 20. Oh, and
first,
you are, and the nat 1 from the Ravens, but that's okay. Actually, I don't think I needed to do that because the Ravens just. So every round the Ravens will assist, but it's going to be. I mean, they're a bunch of birds, but they will help. Yeah. Trish, with a 31, you are so fucking stealthy, you absolutely get a surprise round. Celinox, you can make a stealth check if you want to also see if you can't get a stealth check, a surprise round as well. 15's not bad.
That's alright.
Let's see if... Yeah, she does not actually notice you. She's pretty busy. You were not stealthy when you were flying here, but once you closed the door, you got all quiet-like. Very well. It's like combat focuses Celinox. Alrighty, you both get a surprise round against the druid. Do what you do best. Trish, well actually, I mean... Rach did describe her action first, so we will go Rach first, and then we will begin turn order in initiative. And I will get out my stat blocks. I'm actually using books today, guys.
My goodness.
Fancy.
All right. Yeah. What'd you do? You stab.
I'm gonna go full Ides of March and just try and stab her in the back with my sunblade.
Oof. Okay. Yeah. You do that. A 17 does indeed hit.
Good. That's gonna be 8 damage plus sneak attack.
Yep. Here it comes.
Another 8, so 16 damage. And then I will, of course, offhand dagger also stab.
Very well.
It's only an 11.
That does not.
Okay.
As she sort of she turns and sort of realizes that she's just been fucking stabbed in the back, yeah, sort of eyes narrow, and how dare you! You dare to impede us! So the Martikovs have found some allies. Celinox.
I stab her.
So you run in as well, run up the stairs, come around, go and stab her as well.
How far is it?
It's about 30 feet. 15 feet up, but you've got to sort of go up and around and...
I appear beside her.
Okay.
So I'm like downstairs and I look up and I see Trish wailing on this chick and I'm like, fuck you. And then I like disappear in a cloud of mist and then reappear beside her.
You
stab her.
definitely do that. Yeah, cool.
13 to hit.
Doesn't, I'm afraid.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna try again.
Very well. You stabbed her when you were still missed and it just didn't work. You jumped the gun a little bit. A 24, on the other hand, when you solid out, that works very nicely.
14 damage.
Oof. Okay. Very well. That's your surprise round over. It's now Celinox's turn.
Excellent.
I would say, however, that one thing that does happen is that the ravens begin tearing apart the blights. And one of the blights, basically they tear apart a single blight every turn.
Solid.
So if you can outweight these things, 24 turns, they'll all be dead.
Does this chick have some sort of weapon in this hand?
Yes, she does. She is holding a quarterstaff.
Oh,
In one hand, and in her other, an empty potion vial.
What did you put in the fucking thing? It's not nice. Don't poison people's fucking wine. I'm gonna do a disarming attack.
Very well.
Add to the damage and disarm the target. If I 20
is a hit.
Alright, so there's 15 damage.
Plus another d8. Or is it more now?
Nope, another d8.
6.
So another
21.
6, so 21 damage in total. And then they have to do a strength saving throw.
Ooh.
Or they lose their weapon. They drop.
They do not lose their weapon. I very much doubt they lose a weapon with a 19.
Yeah, no. And then we hit her with my sword again.
Do so.
20 to hit.
Also hits. Oof.
10 damage.
10 damage. Alrighty. Yeah, you've the last 8 or 9 seconds have been exceptionally unpleasant for her. And she cries out, because it's her turn now, raises her staff above her head, and the sigils and symbols carved into it glow with the same unpleasant orange light that you saw from within the blights outside, and she says, "Come, my little ones, to me!" And the blights begin to descend the walls towards you en masse. She then sort of shoves her way through you so that she can have you two between her. Put you two between her and the vat. And then she casts Thunderwave at 2nd level. Can you please make me, I believe it is con saves. Let's just Thunderwave. Because I know all the spells.
She hasn't moved out of range, has she?
No, she has not. She was very careful not to. She is repositioning herself for best effect. Yes, it is you take 3d8 thunder damage, unless you succeed. Con saves, please. Trish gets an 11. Not so great. And a 12 from Celinox. That is a pair of fails. So 3d8. 6, 8, and 5. That's quite good. 14, 19 points of thunder damage. On a failed save, the creature takes that and is pushed 10 feet away from her. Into the vat of poisoned wine.
This is how you get jokers. You know that, right?
Yeah. Two-Face and Joker.
Responsible use of bats.
You are
How many
muted,
points of damage was it? 19.
19, yes. She is looking fucking awful, but
Yeah, I mean, she's fine.
yeah. Yeah, you are now both in a 15-foot deep barrel of water, of wine, 10 foot wide, 15 foot deep.
This seems
Fuck,
like
I
an
wish I
axe.
didn't use my Misty Step.
Oh. This does seem like an apt time to mention I'm resistant to poison.
That is a good thing to be resistant to in this specific instance, yes. Yeah, map patches, I remember. Yeah, cool. Alrighty, it's Trish's turn.
Can I climb out of this barrel and still stab her?
No, it's more of a sort of and/or. Sorry, either or.
Is she at stabbing distance?
No,
With me just in the barrel?
no, she would have backed off a bit when she yeeted you into the barrel.
Well, I'm gonna
She
get
runs
out
a little
of
bit
that.
of ways. Yeah,
I'm
cool.
getting out of the barrel.
Can you
and
please make
then-
me a con save?
Oh, I suppose I can do that.
It's not a very high DC, but it's basically don't get any wine in your mouth.
Not particularly good.
I like having one in my mouth.
Normally, you would. Absolutely. I plan to later tonight. But, no, alright, Trish. Yeah, you're gonna cop just a tiny little bit of poison damage. 5, of which
Fine.
you are resistant, so 2.
2 damage. Fine.
Yeah. You
Fine.
are, however, poisoned.
Oh,
Oh,
deal with
wait,
that when I
sorry.
deal with it.
No, you're resistant, so you have advantage on this roll.
Oh, so I just get to do it again. Okay, cool,
Yeah.
good. I'll do another con save.
Come on.
Which is a 12.
No, sorry. You are poisoned.
Fine.
And you take 2
Oh, just
Just a
poison damage.
reminder to our friendly
Another
viewers in chat, you could buy us stuff. If you would like to buy us an inspiration or a plus D4, it would
They
be
were
much
very generous to Jack and Karen last week. And they
as
didn't
I
have any
stand-
combats.
As I stand outside the barrel,
Dripping.
blood just absolutely soaked.
Yeah.
Cloak soaked. A little Chet friend soaked. I'm a bit mad about it, so I'm gonna go into a barbarian rage.
Smart. Very
I
well.
must.
You use your action and most of your movement to climb out. And I'm going to guess jump back onto the catwalk.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
And I will-
Basically not dropping down to the ground underneath. You don't really want to do
No.
that.
I gotta get as close as possible.
Yeah.
And I use my bonus action to barbarian
Enrage. Very well.
which means I need to roll a wild dice, a dice of wild.
Hell yeah. And X-Cat Darkness just donated a D4 because X-Cat's lovely. An 18. Who's that
18,
for,
James?
X-Cat? Have you got the chart up, or do I need to open it?
No, I've got it. Your eyes go black as pitch. Whenever you hit a creature with an attack before your rage ends, you deal extra necrotic damage equal to your proficiency mod, and you gain the same amount of temporary HP.
Whoever needs it for
What's-
wine poison. Yeah, good.
My proficiency mod.
+4 currently, I think. You're level 9.
So 4 temp HP, and I deal an extra 4 damage.
Nice.
Ooh.
Very nice. That's handy.
Decent, love it.
So Trish is using my improved Wild Magic Surge table because Trish is a Wild Magic Barbarian. And it has 20 options, not 8 because that's lame. All right. So, Trish, you're back out of the thing. Now the twig blights descend. And most of them are, they're not super nippy creatures. Their movement speed is 20 feet, but there are at least a half dozen who can climb down the walls and get to you. Fortunately, you're raging, so any damage from them is going to be halved. And they do have to hit you first. I'm just going to roll all 6 at once because they only get 1 attack each. So, I have 2 filthy 20s and 2 filthy 21s. And then an 11 and a 6. So, 4 hits.
Okay. Get at me.
Each one dealing 1d4 plus 1 piercing damage. There is just a lot of them.
Alright.
Oof. 5, 8, 12 total. Which
12
you
total.
half, so 6.
Okay. Acceptable.
And this basically all of these are the size of like Oompa Loompas around you, but they have none of the demeanor of an Oompa Loompa. More, think goblins, really. Why? I don't know where Oompa Loompa came from in my mind.
It was the orange eyes.
Yeah, why not? Let's say it's that and not other reasons. Yeah, cool. I've seen a couple of Instagram reels recently where they did amusing things with Willy Wonka and Oompa Loompas. Cool. Yeah, you take some damage from a bunch of twig blights. Others are sort of, they can't get at Celinox. She's in a vat of wine. Yeah, the rest of them are sort of coming back to get you guys, and also make getting to this lady hard. Basically, their job is protecting her. Go back to the top of the order. It's Celinox. And another twig blight is murdered by the ravens.
Sweet. Because I'm quite good at climbing.
You are absurdly good at climbing. You climb back out of the... yeah, you have... you actually, technically, can get out without using your action. Can you please, however, make me a con save to not be poisoned by the wine?
I can. 22.
Plus 7. Yeah, you don't get poisoned by the wine. Celinox jumps in immediately, mouthed, no. I normally would be up for this, but not right now. You manage to flap your way back over to the balustrade without too much difficulty. What do you do? There is, so in between you and the druid is about 12 blights and Trish.
How small's the...
It's about 10 feet wide. But it's just a carpet
Are there more
of them.
on the wall?
Yes.
Like all over the wall? Or...
On the next round, they will all be at you. Between the two of you.
What about a balustrade? Are they on that as well? Or is
No, not technically. There is a banister.
Alright. I'm gonna climb. I'm gonna go round. On the balustrade.
Okay.
And I'm gonna jump. Once I get up to the balustrade, I'm gonna jump over the twig things
Uh-huh.
at her.
Right. For a spear tackle sort of situation?
Yeah, well, I'm hoping to do a contested strength check on her
Okay.
staff.
To grab her weapon off her.
Yeah.
Right. In which case, an athletics check to sort of get to her without being intercepted by the twigs.
Now, can I argue that athletics check should be an advantage because I am climbing and I have advantage to athletics checks that involve climbing?
No, that is because that's what makes it possible at all.
All right, fair enough.
It's essentially a balance beam.
Oh, God.
16. 16's pretty good. 16's pretty good.
What a plus I have. That's quite a large plus.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's your strength modifier and your proficiency modifier. It's big. Yeah, you're good at this. So even when you're shit at it, you're good at it. Yeah, you manage to flap over to her, sort of dive tackling her to the ground, knocking her prone, and make me that contested strength roll to snatch the weapon away from her. This would be your action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's an athletics check.
Athletics check?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
28.
Because I rolled quite well, but not that well. She literally can't do a 28 without critting. So yeah, no. She got a 16, but no. Yeah, you snatch the thing off her. And you do have a second attack if you want. You've used one of your attack actions to snatch the thing off her. If you want to do something else, you can.
Could I do my second attack action to break her staff? Like I just strike down over my knee?
Yeah. This would be an unarmed attack on the staff itself.
Okay.
$17. I'm going to say that a 17 would hit the thing you're trying to break. Make me, roll some damage on that.
Does the unarmed damage?
Yes. Unless you're using a weapon on it.
No.
Looked like you were trying to bring it down across your knee. 6. Okay, yeah, it is just a flat 6, isn't it? Yeah.
It's a 6, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have anything you would stack on it? There is a floating D4 that XCAP has bought people that I would allow to be added in this instance.
Yeah, I mean, if that's cool. I haven't gotten wine poison, but if that would be cool to use
I think the danger of wine poison has, for the moment, passed. Trish will probably get better.
Hasn't had a bit of wine poison. I'll live.
Boop
Pop 'em.
them.
All right,
Yeah.
done.
Roll a
D4.
D4.
4.
Hey!
Nice.
You snap that staff, and the blights around Trish, as Trish is getting ready to lay about herself, the blights crumble. Every single one of them just drops. And you find yourself just ankle deep in vines, Trish, that don't look alive. Because, well, they ain't moving anyway. It's the druid's turn. You've taken her staff away from her. She is aiming straight up, going to Thunderwave you, Celinox.
Yeah, fair.
Please con save. So many con saves today. Hey!
I'm gonna use my indomitable, so I can re-roll a saving.
Re-roll that one.
I failed.
Fair enough.
One more. 18.
Hey, okay, right.
Sorry.
Oh. I rolled 4 on 3d8s.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I rolled 2 1s and a 2, so you get 2 damage and are not knocked off her.
I love it.
There's not much left in her now, apparently. And because she's pinned underneath you, she can't really get up. That was her trying to shift you. Yeah.
I was just like sitting on it.
Trish, Celinox is straddling this woman, and all the blights just died. What do you do?
Well, it doesn't seem terribly sporting, but I have realized that we've been on the road for about 3 days, so I need to kill. I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna stab her.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. You absolutely do that.
Today's the day, baby. 12 is probably not gonna do it,
No, it's not.
but I will offhand dagger.
That would be wise. 29.
That's
Trish,
not
how do you
good.
do this?
She's mostly covered by Celinox.
She's quite tall.
Slightly-
She's probably a little taller than Celinox, so yeah.
Is she like prone though?
Yeah, she's lying on the ground on her back. She just boof like a force wave, almost but not quite, knocked Celinox off. Like it looked like it was going to, and then Celinox just toughed it out, just
Yeah,
clenched through
The
it.
feathers just go like.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna like crouch down onto the ground to get like next to her with knife in hand and just pitch black eyes.
Yeah.
Still, and just say, "It's your unlucky day, man." Stab her through the neck.
And a little. I don't know if Celinox would see it, but a little flicker of orange light passes over, like, through Trish's eyes before they return to pitch black. And Trish, you feel 4 temporary hit points better as the life force from this woman drains into you because of your wild magic. And yeah, she fucking dies. And I'm going to set the music back to scary vibes instead of combat music, because the birds are cawing, but this entire fight lasted less than 20 seconds. And there's a lot of other shit going on around. So yeah, you are back in, you're still in, rather, a room full of vats, and a bunch of vines and a dead druid. And you seem to have found the solution to the problem. Trish, after a moment, your rage fades, and your eyes clear, though you still feel 4 temporary hit points better. And I think we'll leave it there for today, and come back to this next week. Guys, that was really fun. Thank you very much for joining me and playing with me. So if you ever wanted a winery in Barovia, you need to get a whole family to drink a toast now. That is fucked up, Terrace. Guys, we saved your winery. Here, drinks on us. Here you go. Oh dear. Unfortunate.
That was the druid's mistake driving them out. Should have just killed them.
So yes, well, that was lovely. Thank you guys very much. That was super fun. Good job. I knew you wouldn't need any help. So you figured it out real fucking fast as well. I was just like, this could be like enough needle blights will real fuck you up. 24 of them is no pushover. I was just like, if I was rolling 24, like that's one nat 20 every round, guaranteed, pretty much, statistically speaking. Probably not in my case, but yeah. Anyway, we should probably do what we like to do at the end of our streams, our favorite moments. It's something we've stolen unapologetically from the dreaded GM, and it's really nice and affirming. So we go around the table and talk about who did what really, really well. Can I have a D3 rolled in chat, please, to determine who goes first? A 2. That's Rachel. Amazing. Favorite Rach moments, everybody. There's only two of us, so I'm like.
Thinking time.
I was like, I was being polite because I don't like to jump in. I was like, wait, there actually is only one other.
Okay.
All right, yes,
No,
go for it. You do it. Yeah.
My favourite Rach moment was her handling of Strahd.
Yeah.
Just being like,
Nope.
no,
Fuck off.
but like in a polite kind of way. Just like, oh yes, that's very nice of you. No, thank you.
No, I'm good.
No, I'm interested here.
I'm gonna kill you. Mine is related to that. It is when it was the conversation between the two of you about it after the fact. Actually, it was something I really enjoyed from both of you, compartmentalizing that you didn't know that he'd spoken to the other until you both told each other. But the sort of the reasoning of the characters for why you came clean or didn't, and then did, but like who told what when, was really interesting, as was Trish's absolutely fuck that guy. Absolutely, what a dickhead. Yeah, that was so fun. And yeah, just made it for very, very fun. Very enjoyable. Jack, don't worry, you didn't miss your cameos. They haven't happened yet. They're only 3 days into the journey. So at this point, Smoothie has almost reached Humblewood. It will be tomorrow in this timeline that Trish will start receiving messages from Smoothie.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, and she just made a kill as well, Jack, which is kind of fun. And if Celinox goes, hey, that was... Oh, wait, no, you needed that one. Sorry, yeah. Hey, Tony. So, yes, it was a really great session. It was really good fun to watch. Yeah, I think that was probably my favorite pair review moment, but I should probably have just a favorite Rach moment as well. And the noping of carrying the children. was also very funny. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Favorite self?
I enjoyed the dice for the stealthiness as well. Like, I mean, because you've obviously got so many pluses there, but
Yeah.
so good every time. It's like Trish is like the knight.
Well, I was going to talk about talking to Strahd, but that's been mentioned, which is all good. So I will say, trying to lighten the mood among the family. Like, they've had their house, their whole livelihood, their legacy taken over. They are stressed.
Yeah.
And Trish was like, let's just try and calm them down a little bit with some jokes. And I think it worked a little. I mean, like, who's the most annoying? I liked doing that.
Yeah, that was funny. I enjoyed that one. Yeah, hating everyone, even your new neighbors.
Oh.
Yeah, awesome, excellent. Alrighty, well then we need a D2. So much faster when there's only 3 of us, isn't it? And chat, please feel free to put up your favorite bits as well. I enjoyed that you made a plan as a D&D party and then followed through on it. Again, so much easier when there are only 2 players. So much fucking easier. Tony rolls a 2. That's Ro. A.
It's gotta be the introduction of people keep helping us because we're women. This is bullshit. That was fucking hilarious.
I'm going to expand on that because Ro apologized to me in the break for it, and because I honestly did feel slightly. I was like, "Fuck, am I doing that? I might be doing that." My internal patriarchy was like, "Fuck, did I do that unconsciously? I don't think I did. I never helped Smoothie, but that's because torturing Smoothie is fun."
But yeah, and it also led to like a really cute little bonding moment for us, which is always fun. So yeah, I thought it was really good.
Yeah, that was fun.
I really enjoyed. I have so many, and I will do more when you've done yours. But the marching songs and changing the lyrics that aren't appropriate to rock or tree. This is someone's like, I shouldn't say bloodbath. Let's say bush. Like, doesn't make any sense. And then they reveled in the bush. Why did they revel in bushes? Doesn't matter. It's fine. And yeah, your tolerance with the kids was really cute. Yeah, that role-playing that scene with the kids asking you questions about the Humblewood was really lovely. Really cute. And PGU86, thank you very much for the follow, you bloody champion. Avast, matey, you wee scallywag. Can confirm, RE torture. Oh, it is. Yeah. No, dead set.
I think my favourite moment was, I always have a good time of it, where the Strahd play. I am enjoying playing with Celinox's like little spark of something there in terms of like there's a bit of flirtiness or whatever that's going on as well. Yeah. And then I enjoyed having the conversation afterwards with Trish, where Trish was just so like, he's a fucking asshole. But Trish wasn't even reading anything that Celinox was kind of like. And so that was really fun to play with. Yeah. To play with those like different, hidden feelings of things happening.
I also enjoy your regular references to I am super good at climbing for no reasons. Let's also move right past I can teleport as well now.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be handy to fly though? Have you ever flown, like really flown, like at night?
I've been teleporting for long enough that everyone's just like, oh yeah, she does that now.
She's been doing that for years. What are you talking about? It's not weird. It's been literally days. Like maybe even a week or 2 at most. It was Baba Lysaga's hut, I think, when you got the ability, which was while Helvig was still around, so yeah, it was at least a week ago.
Yeah, D&D time is weird.
Yeah, it is so weird.
Yeah, it's well over a year in our time. Yeah, I rewatched the conversation, and that whole thing was so stressful. Like, watching it is very stressful to watch. And if you would like to, you can go to our YouTube and check out all the episodes you may have missed. I believe, let me just check quickly, but I'm pretty sure I am correct in this. It's Humblewood, Midnight and Madness episode. It's not Down with the Lichness. Or was it? I think it was. It might be Down with the Lichness. No, what am I talking about?
No, because we took down the Bubba.
That was in the
that
Lich.
episode.
Yeah, no. No. All right, I don't have it open on... Oh, it's not open on this browser. That's why not. It's not... How very unhelpful. It was episode 16, A Zombie. I got better. Because she did.
I did get better.
So yeah, if you want to check that one out, that was yes, a full 20 episodes ago, more than half the campaign. Yeah. So yes, Ro, favorite self. You've said your favorite self. Marvelous. Well then, we've been streaming for a gosh darn while, so we should move away from here now.
No, we're not.
No, because I'm last, and I don't have to go if I'm last. That's how it works.
Not how it works. My favorite Josh moment was... What was it? The description of the blights was freaky. I did not like that. Like, walking by and I'm like, yeah, sure, that's cool, but then describing them running and how there was just suddenly so many more of them, unsettling. Didn't like it.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
The totally not soulless bloke. Oh, you liked Ilya, did you?
It was good too.
Yeah, that was something that only just occurred to me in the moment. I was just like, oh yeah, he's not soulless. I want to be very, very clear. But being dead for a while and then not again does something to you in this world, in this specific world. Yeah, it's why it's illegal. It's actually not, but it's also a good reason for it to be illegal. Yeah, that's what I said. XCat says, love that they gave Triffid vibes at first. Yes, yeah.
I enjoyed having some lightness. I enjoyed, like, obviously Strahd is like a campaign where there's like always the like all the like, it's not very nice. It's not a very nice place.
It's not great. Yeah.
So it was nice to have those moments of like the father just welcoming back their children, his children that he never thought he'd see again, and the kids who were just legitimately like nice little kids, and there was no darkness on top of that. And I like that because, like, obviously if you build a world that's just always dark, then what's the fucking point? You can't like, why would you save it? So it was nice having a bit of light in this episode that went along with the shade. I liked that.
Thank you. Yeah. My favorite me moment is a line that Strahd put in. No, my favorite me moment was Erwin Martikov talking about power.
That was cool.
About giving it rather than having it be taken. It's very hard.
It was really funny because Ro disagrees mightily, and I was trying to work out whether Celinox would disagree mightily as well. So I was like, because I was just so like, I disagree, I very much disagree. And then I was like, no, wait, well, how is my character feeling?
Yeah. When magic is involved, there's a little bit less, but like, yeah, it's an interesting point. But it was for, in terms of Strahd.
Yes.
There's things he can't take, and your power over his power over you isn't one of them. It has to be given. Yeah. I was very fond of that line. I was also fond of what he said to Trish. where what Strahd said to Trish. Consider where the power that I took comes from, and what it would be doing if it wasn't here with me. Because this crosses the streams, and is very relevant to what's going on in the Humblewood right now. And on another conversation, he may suggest that you talk to Cash. But yeah, getting to have a Trish and Strahd conversation was very fun. Because I was like, oh shit, she's never even met the guy. Yeah, the guy she has come here specifically to kill. Yeah, great fun. Very much enjoyed. Disappointed you didn't even let him tell you what he wanted to give you. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
And then you went and killed the fucking scarecrows anyway. I think that was one of my favorite Josh moments as well, because I was like, how very dare you?
He was like, well, neither of you took the offer, so you don't need it then, so I'll just kill them anyway. It might have been a fit of pique. It might have been, hey, by the way, I am still watching, fuck you guys. You don't want my presence, then you're not gonna need them then, whatever. If there is no light in the dark.
You jump. You've been played, is what happened there, Strahd.
No, what it was that the DM couldn't be bothered running a big scarecrow fight.
No, I must have said I appreciated that. I didn't want more scarecrow.
Also, the last time you fought,
we could have handled this.
The last time you fought scarecrows, there was like 5 of them, and it was not easy. There were 12, and you had to like help last time.
We had 2 children with us.
Yeah, I know. It was just like you might have won, but Sasha and Misha would not have, even if they survived, they would not have had a good day. Keeps trying to avoid getting praised. I only do it because it's funny, and not because I have ADHD and being praised is really painful. But that's why we do it. So yeah, huge Shadow Lore job. Yes, I know, Bishop Blood. That was fun. Not enough fluids inside them for yes.
Oh my god.
Oh, I wouldn't hurt the child. There's nowhere near enough fluid in them.
What the fuck?
Fucked up.
It's like when you go fishing and you catch a little baby one, you throw it back and wait so you can catch it later. I still love the fact that Josh accidentally stole my former cat's pair's names for the children. Oh, yeah. It's a good pair of similarly themed names. They're just nice names.
I like them.
It's interesting to know that because I would have called my children that, and I'm not going to now. Because I know now that they were a pair of cats, and I can't not know that now. I mean, yeah. Anyway, we should probably go away from here now, because we've been streaming for a gosh darn while. But guys, an absolute pleasure having you here. I'm sure they were lovely cats. I'm allergic, but I'm sure they're lovely cats. So, yeah. Guys, we should leave, but before we do, we need to talk about a few things. Firstly, the Ukrainian people are having a bit of a time of it right now, as you may well be aware. If you have any spare pennies in your digital wallet, please consider chucking them over at the Emergency Action Appeal, which is raising money for charities and not-for-profits to go and help the people who are being made refugees by the war. So yeah, if you wouldn't mind, that'd be glorious of you. Splendid and wonderful. We are affiliated with Troll Lord Games, who are marvelous TTRPG beans in the digital space. Check them out at trolllord.com and on their Twitch channel, twitch.tv/TrollLordGames. They have their own TTRPG systems. They also publish for a bunch of other people, including the late Gary Gygax, our TTRPG Lord and Savior, TM. So, yeah, if you want to check out their shit, trolllordgames.com. Trollord.com. And if you want to check out the most amazing handcrafted wooden tabletop accessories, you can go to woodenforge.com/Corsair's Cove. Like this gorgeous, beautiful thing. It's made of Australian jarrah, all reclaimed woods. It's fantastic things. All handcrafted, artisan quality things. Check it out, woodenforge.com/Corsair's Cove. And if you do and purchase anything, we get a cheeky little kickback, you bloody champions, because I don't shill, but I do have bills. Now, speaking of shilling, Rachel, tell us about your fucking book. Because, guys, I don't know if you know this, Rachel has written not one, but 2 books. Rachel, tell us about it.
That's right, baby. I wrote another book. It's called Hybridize. It is a sci-fi murder mystery. It's cyberpunk. It's set on the moon. It's a fucking Mad Libs of science fiction terms, but the plot makes sense. Trust me. Actually, no. Don't trust me. Read it. Yeah, you can get it. It's new. I'm proud of it. And if you don't get it, I will go into your house, find your wine, and put something in it. It could be water. It could be another alcohol. It could be a deadly poison. You don't know. So you better buy the book. It's the only option.
I have bought the book. It hasn't arrived yet, but please stay hands off my wine.
Drunken ice, Josh.
There was a pause there, and I was like, what? Does this book not come with a threat?
Don't worry. Rachel's got you.
I need a minute.
PGU says, joke's on you, I don't have wine. Joke's on you,
she'll find your
you
gin.
don't have wine. I don't feel like you win in this situation. Because at the end of the day, you have neither wine or a book yet. But you could change at least one of those things by going to the website that I put links up to in chat. You could get it like right now as well, because you can get the ebook version of it and just fucking download it right now. I have to wait because I like the paper, and I want to put it on the shelf next to my other Rachel Foucault book, The Rings of Mars, which you can also find on Amazon.com. And a solid book, can recommend. In fact, I did on Amazon. Yeah, cool. Well, Ro, to my knowledge, you have not recently published a book, but what can you tell us about yourself?
Hi, I'm Ro. I'm a Perth-based educator and theatre maker, and I have not published any or written any books.
Neither have I, so I'm not slamming on you, I want to be clear. Rach is just outperforming both of us, it's fine.
It's fine. I can be found here on Monday nights in our amazing adventures. I can also be found at the moment on Thursday. I will be back on Twitch on Jack Swearpeg's channel. We are doing the 3rd part of our Call of Cthulhu investigation. It's a bit scary. It's actually really scary. And I'm the one with the face that goes like all the time. So pop by if you want a bit of a fright night. And then also on Jack Swearpeg in the next couple of weeks, we've got our Western coming out as well. On June 6th, we're scheduled to bring out the first couple of episodes of Trouble Over Yonder, which is very exciting.
They're pre-recorded, but will be streamed live so that
Yeah, they're pre-recorded, yeah.
But you guys are going to be streaming it, and someone will be watching it as it's, so Jack is going to be there, I believe, watching the pre-recorded version, so you can still interact, I believe, is the idea.
So we're going to do like a watch party, and then we'll do like a little bit of a Q&A or something. So yeah, we'll be around for the stream date launch night, so that's exciting. And then yeah, you can follow me over at Instagram at Cradventures to see photos of my dog Charlie with the large ears and many travel adventures.
Marvellous. And I be Josh the Pirate. You can find me here on my channel, Corsair's Cove, where I run D&D and other RPG-related games with me lovely wife Karen, the mother of bunnies, and all my splendid friends. But you know that, because you've already done it. You're here, you've come, you've joined us, and it's been marvellous. Guys, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. If you like my majestic voice, but you think I can stand to turn the face down a bit, you can check me out in the podcast, There Be Dragons, where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Skern Felspar und his little dragon, Hrosh. And other than that, mostly here, to be honest. I will be over on the Lawrite in June. That sounded a little weird, actually. I'm not going to be on the Lawrite. I'm going to be with the Lawrite on their channel, because their partner might look in askance at that, as would mine. But Karen and Jack and Terrace and I, and Zach and Jess as well, are going to be back over there playing some more Vaesen. For our ongoing, apparently now, because we all enjoyed it so much, we're just going to keep fucking going. Vaesen Adventure. It is Nordic horror, Scandi horror, in the sort of steampunk a little bit, but it's more just sort of industrial revolution era. Very good, very fun. Terrace is there, playing a doctor. Karen and I are playing private detectives, except I'm actually also an occultist. Karen is the brains, I'm the brawn. It's kind of fun. Yeah, I think that's about it for the meow. We have a Discord if you want to come and hang out with us there. We have the YouTubes if you want to check out the episodes you may have missed. And we have all the exclamation mark socials. Beyond that, we need to find someone to raid. Guys, we have a few choices this evening. The Eldritch Scribe are back for their 100th episode of Kingslayers. So I think we should drop a raid over on those bloody champions. There was a significant danger that was going to be their last ep as well, because Des got a new job and couldn't be a D&D streamer anymore. But then the job didn't work out, which I'm sort of stoked and really sad for them at the same time, because having a job's great. But it had killed their campaign. I'm like, that's bullshit! You've put 100 episodes of work in, you should definitely continue. Because I'm at 155 and it's bad, guys. So yeah, let us go over to the Eldritch Scribe, show them the love like we always do, throw your favorite raid emotes up in chat, tell them where you came from, and we will see you same bat time, same bat channel tomorrow evening, or probably actually maybe a little bit later, probably start at 7 p.m. AWST for Karen and I playing a little bit of Baldur's Gate 3. Karen will be... We're in Act 3 now. Karen is playing her Beryl Ingot's Fury character, and we're getting down to we're running out of shit to do, so I think tomorrow may be Gortash. While I paint minis next to her and talk shit. It's good fun, and tomorrow I'm going to be painting a couple of commissions for my professional DM gigs, because I am professional DM, very good, much wow. If you want that, contact us privately, we're good. So yeah, guys, pleasure. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Boop. Whee!